Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Beer and Money. My name is Ryan Burklo, and on today's episode, we're going to be talking about 3 takeaways from Morgan Housel's new book, The Art of Spending Money. If you haven't heard of Morgan Housel, he's a financial guru who has 3 books that he's authored. The first one was Psychology of Money. The second one is Same as Ever. And the third one is The Art of Spending Money. Definitely check out those books if you have not had a chance to. I picked up his new book, and what was really interesting is, the art of spending money sounds easy, right? Like, who doesn't want to spend money? But the more you look into it and you more think about yourself, where is it you're spending money and why? And too often, there is no one size fits all approach to financial planning and to where to be putting your money. And so the first takeaway that I've got is there's these 2 advice pieces that I think most of us have heard. And in the book, he says it's not the greatest piece of advice because each person has a different experience with money. And those 2 pieces of advice are, the first one is live for today, meaning, hey, tomorrow's not promised. You're working your butt off. Let's live for today and let's spend and enjoy life. The second one is save for the future, right? And that is, making sure that you set yourself up for the future. And it's the ultra, cautious approach to financial planning. And I think most of the people on this earth have experienced some pros and cons to life, meaning there's the pro of, the experiences and everything you get to do with money. And then there's the con of if you save too much money and you don't get to enjoy it, what's the purpose? And so what he says in the book is, he says, the only good advice is to minimize future regret. And that one hit me. It hit me over the head. And I think that's what most of us want. We want to be able to live our life and save money for tomorrow. But in the end, we just want to minimize regret. And all of the stats out there, all of the different things that you talk about, older people, like when they're about to pass away, they don't regret spending money per se. They regret not actually enjoying life, spending their time with the people that they love. They didn't care about the Ferrari that they bought. They didn't care about the expensive vacation. Maybe they cared about the memory from that vacation. Maybe they cared about the time and the people they spent in that vacation, so they don't regret that. And I think that's how I want to live my life, and that's really what I'm starting to steer my own life towards. I don't want to get to the end and have regret. I want to be a good father. I want to be a good husband. I want to be a good financial advisor and business owner. And I want to help people with their money. And I want to help people with their money build the life that they want. And what they want is unique to the individual, but I think it really is they don't want to regret what they did. No one wants to get on their deathbed and have the thought of, what did I do with my life? They want their life to mean something. So I thought that was a huge takeaway. Number two kind of ties with number 1. And he says, memories are the greatest and most cherished assets. And I'm going to tie this to a conversation that I've had a couple episodes ago. And it's about making sure you're putting your money with what you value. I've told the story probably 100 times at this point around how I almost bought a Porsche, and my wife called me out on it because she said, why do you want to buy that Porsche when you don't care about cars? And the reason I was wanting to buy the Porsche, let's just call it what it was, is it was a status symbol. Like, the car was cool, but it was really a status symbol. That's not me. And she called me out on it. So luckily I've got that. So having a value system, I think, is huge. And while I think you should splurge at times, this isn't like splurging on items is a bad thing. I think it's more around overall, if you have an understanding of where you're putting your money and why and what it really means to you, I think it changes financial planning drastically. And then there's number 3. Number 3 is independent thinking. And this one also hit me over the head. And what, independent thinking, his definition is when your beliefs on one topic can't be predicted from your beliefs on another topic. And in today's world, man, I think all of us at some times we hear someone talk and they're speaking into some particular topic, and we make assumptions about how they might think on another topic. And maybe it's accurate, maybe it's not. I know myself, I hope that I can become a better independent thinker. I don't want an opinion on one topic to be able to predict what I think on another topic. I want to be able to look at it in a very siloed manner. And the same thing is true with money. I should not be able to predict, like if I knew what your income is, I should not be able to predict how you spend your money or where you spend your money. And he said that in the book, and I really agree with him. If you make a high income, I shouldn't be able to say, well, you probably drive a luxury car. You probably have a golf membership. You probably have a nice house on Lake Washington. I shouldn't be able to predict that, right? At least with exact purpose of what your life is. Are you putting your money with where your values are? Or are you keeping up with the Joneses and not realizing it? Like I said with the Porsche, I was keeping up with the Joneses and not realizing it in that almost decision. And I've made decisions in the past that had me keeping up with the Joneses. Life is a competition. It is. And I've got my neighbors that I talk to, but I also have this social media. I also have other advisors. Like the world has opened up to me and it's opened up to you. And so our competitive nature isn't just like your neighborhood anymore. It might be, well, this advisor over in New York, he's got a crazy good business. Why don't I have that? Or this person over here has a bunch of money. Why don't I have that? When you don't even know what that person did to get there, you also don't know what that person's life looks like. Maybe you don't even want that life. And so this book really hit home. It really wasn't about spending money per se. It was just the psychology of money and how it affects you in different ways. And those are 3 takeaways I've had thus far. I haven't finished it yet. So I'll probably do another episode like this. But I hope this one hits you over the head as well. At least these 3 pieces. It definitely hit me over the head. Check us out on beerandmoney.net. And at the top of the page is a contact us page. If you have any questions or anything from this, or if you want links to any of these books, ping us and we'll send you those links out. We started this podcast to help you think differently about your money so you can live the life that you want, not what you think other people think of you or want for you. Hope this episode is valuable for you. Cheers.
This podcast is for informational purposes only and is not to be construed as tax, legal, or investment advice. Although the information has been gathered from sources believed to be reliable, please note that individual situations can vary. Therefore, the information should be relied upon only when coordinated with individual professional advice. Guest speakers and their firms are not affiliated with or endorsed by Park Avenue Securities, Guardian, or Quantified Financial Partners, and opinions stated are their own. Guardian, its subsidiaries, agents, and employees do not provide tax, legal, or accounting advice. Consult your tax, legal, or accounting professional regarding your individual situation. All investments and investment strategies contain risk and may lose value. This material is intended for general public use. By providing this content, Park Avenue Securities, LLC is not undertaking to provide investment advice or a recommendation for any specific individual or situation, or to otherwise act in a fiduciary capacity. Please contact a financial representative for guidance and information that is specific to your individual situation. Ryan and Alex are registered representatives and financial advisors of Park Avenue Securities, LLC. OSJ 200 Market Street, Suite 1850, Portland, Oregon 97201. Phone number 503-221-1226. Securities products and advisory services offered through Park Avenue Securities, member FINRA, SIPC. Financial representatives of the Guardian Life Insurance Company of America, Guardian, New York, New York. Park Avenue Securities is a wholly owned subsidiary of Guardian. Quantified Financial Partners is not an affiliate or subsidiary of Park Avenue Securities or Guardian. Ryan Burklo, CA Insurance License Number 0K24924. Alexander Collins, CA Insurance License Number 0H24806.
8496029.1, expiration date October 2027.